make it your own. If you've ever watched American Idol or know anything about it, you know a lot of times the contestants were told to make the song their own. And they didn't do that by singing a song no one ever heard of before. As a matter of fact, people had heard these songs over and over again, but they did it by singing a song that people had heard and then putting their own twist on it. What does this have to do with your Teachers Pay Teachers resources? Well, stick around and find out. Hello everyone, my name is Sherry from Rolling Acres Education. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first time. And you have probably heard people say your resources need to be unique. And maybe that scared you a little because you thought, oh, I've got to come up with some new crazy idea that no one's ever heard of. No, not at all. As a matter of fact, if you do something no one's ever heard of, then you probably won't make any sales because you won't be found, and you really have to put a lot of work into that. But no, it's like my American Idol analogy. It wasn't that these singers came up with these new songs. It's they sang songs that people had heard, but they put their own twist to it. Maybe they made it, had a different arrangement or a different speed, and that's as far as I'm going to go because I don't know anything about music, but you get what I'm saying. And it's the same thing with your products. It's not that you're going to make totally new products that no one's ever heard of, but you're going to put your own twist on these products. And so I'm going to try to give you a couple examples, but hopefully these will help you a little bit. So one thing for me was I make seasonal resources, and I was just kind of starting out. I had done a Halloween, a Thanksgiving, and a Christmas, and they were starting to sell, and I was like, oh gosh, I need to make something else. And I did a New Year's one, but that's kind of, I made it after Christmas and probably would have done better with the Christmas resources. But the only other thing that was in January that I could see that I thought would be popular was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I thought, well, a lot of people do that. I probably, won't be found, and everybody does Martin Luther King. And so I started not to make one. I thought, maybe I can do something a little different. And I do science resources. I thought, wonder if he ever had anything to do with science. So I did a little research and found out, he actually loved science. He was very instrumental in helping the Clean Air Act get passed, and I was like, whoa, this is wonderful. So I did my Martin Luther King resource on his love for science and being an advocate for science. And so although there were tons of Martin Luther King resources out there, mine was a little different in that I focused on his love for science. So while it was still a Martin Luther King Jr. activity, it was still posted on Martin Luther King Day, it was a little different than the others that had that little unique twist on it. And that's what you want to do. You may be doing, it's not that you can't do phonics, it's not that you can't do 5th grade math, it's that you're going to have to find something that makes yours a little different and that people aren't making. Now, as a whole, my holiday resources I feel are a little different than others because I feel like our holiday resources meet sub-plans. And that's kind of the uniqueness of my niche. I would go to Teachers Pay Teachers for sub-plans or for holiday resources, and I would find crossword puzzles or puzzles and stuff. And I'm going to tell you, you know how kids are. They're like, I don't know the answer to this. I don't know the answer to this. I got to where the only thing I could ever use were word search because there was the word and they had to find it. And there was no, questions about I don't know the meaning of this or I don't know what they're talking about. And so the crossword puzzles were great, but a lot of times the kids just didn't know the answers and they didn't have any place to find them. And so I thought, well, what if I make crossword puzzles that have passages with them? So there's the passage with all the information, and so the crossword puzzle, they can find the answer. And then I thought, but even some kids are going to have trouble with that if they have reading problems or comprehension problems. Oh, well, I'll make a crossword puzzle that has the word bank with it. And so I have one that doesn't have a word bank, one that does, so that the teacher now should have most of their students able to do these crossword puzzles, because either some of them might even be able to do it without the passage at all, but if they don't know some of the answers, they can go find it in the passage. If they have problems with reading or reading comprehension, they also have a word bank. And so that started me. And then I was like, well, might as well go ahead and do word search. And then I thought, well, how can I make the word searches a little more challenging? So I had a regular word search and then a more challenging word search. And then I thought, well, my kids also like to do scrambles, so what's something I can do scrambling? And then I just started like, oh, I'm just going to make a whole package. It's kind of like a sub-plan, so the teachers can use these as independent work or as a sub-plan. And then it kind of became my unique niche. Sub-plans meet holiday resources. Okay? So what can you do? What is it something that you love but you can't really find on Teachers Pay Teachers, or maybe you're something you're really good at, maybe two things that you can combine into one? It's not saying that, oh, people are already doing 5th grade decimals in math, I can't do that. Or people are already doing Halloween resources, I can't do that. No, that's not what it's saying. It's saying, go ahead and do those resources, but look at what's on the market and see, what can I do that there's not something exactly like it? How can I sing this same song everyone else is singing, but put my own twist on it? So this is a short video, but I just really wanted to, because I know I struggled with that in the beginning. I was like, oh, what can I make that nobody else is making? And it's not that nobody else is making it. No one else is making it exactly like you are. So you are unique. You have something about you that no one else has, and your resources can be the same way. So just remember, you've got this, God's got you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.